Scott. I'm a cruising advocate and a travel agent for Paradise Cruising Travel. If you're a first-time cruiser, this is the video for you. I got some tips and tricks to help make the whole process from beginning to end run a little bit more smoothly. Therefore, you can enjoy your cruise a lot more. And that starts right now. Okay, here we go. First big tip, before you go on your cruise, if you've picked one out and it's scheduled, download the cruise app. All major cruise lines have them at this point, and they can do you a world of good, and they can make things a lot easier and make things go quicker. What I mean by quicker, I mean you can reserve things way ahead of schedule. That way you don't have to worry about trying to reserve a specialty restaurant in the last minute, because sometimes the specialty restaurants tend to be very popular and they're hard to get a reservation. But if you have the app, you can reserve it pretty early, before you even leave for the cruise. You can also order gifts. You can get schedules for basically the whole week. They're really, really convenient, and it makes it much more enjoyable as far as I'm concerned. You can also check your current up-to-date balance on your cruise. It'll have that on the app also, so you can keep track of all the money that you're spending. All the apps are very user-friendly. You don't have to be like an IT professional to figure them out. They're very user-friendly for anyone to use. Some of the cruising apps, depending on the ship, even have the muster drill on the app. So once you're on the ship, all you got to do is go to the app, probably watch a video, and then that's it. And what that does is that kind of takes away a part of the cruise that can be somewhat annoying. Gone are the days where they blow the whistle for the muster drill and 4,000 people have got to find the special place that they've got to meet, because everyone's got to be broken up into certain areas of the ship, and sometimes that takes a while. That can take up to an hour sometimes, and that can be kind of aggravating when you're first gotten on the ship, and it can be aggravating sometimes. The app takes care of that problem altogether. So download the app and do it before you leave for your cruise. It'll make things much better for you. Okay, this next tip is multi-layered and comes in many variations. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. So if it's winter time and you live in an area of the country that's very winter, Midwest, Northeast, any place where winter hits you hard, you want to make sure that you are dressed properly. So when you're going on a Caribbean cruise particularly, you want to pack light, but you also want to pack smart. Hey, here's a little side note. A lot of people don't know this, believe it or not. When you get into your cabin, go to your suitcase. Whenever your suitcases arrive to your cabin, unpack all of your clothes, put them in the closets, and take your suitcase, stick it under the bed. A lot of people don't think to take the suitcase and put it under the bed. If you leave your suitcase out, it kind of gets in the way a lot. So take all your clothes out. That way you don't have to deal with your suitcase till you pack up and leave at the end of your cruise. It saves your room, saves you space, and really it saves you time of constantly going under your bed, pulling it out to get a shirt, then sticking it back under, or it stays out of the way. It's nice and clean. There you go. Now this next one is pretty important, because you don't want to make this mistake, because it has happened to people and it's a big mistake. Depending on where you're going on your cruise, you might want to take your phone and put it on airplane mode. Because if you don't, and you don't have international roaming with your phone plan, when you get home from your cruise, chances are you're going to have a nice phone bill in excess of a couple of $1,000s. So the best thing to do is to find out before you leave for your cruise, First, find out what your phone plan is, and find out where you're going on your cruise. If you know all this ahead of time, you can take care of it before you even leave, then it's something you don't even have to worry about. Before I go on with the next tip, I just wanted to ask you to hit that little cruise ship button down there in the corner. Should be right down there. Hit that little button and that'll get you to subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything. All it does is it lets YouTube know that, hey, we like this content, we want to see more of it. I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. Next piece of advice is, pretty simple. If you live within a couple of hours from the cruise port, do not fly. Drive. It might cost $200 or so to park for a week for just one car, but that beats a family of 4 trying to get 4 plane tickets. So you're looking at, $600, $700, $800, maybe $1,000 savings just in driving as opposed to flying. Are you still unsure of which cruise line to even go with? Well, if you are, check out one of these videos right here. Do you think that my voice sounds like a cross between Tina Turner and Kermit the Frog? If so, let me know down in the comments down there below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.